My name is Natalie Pendergast. I am a second-year PhD student in the Center for Comparative Literature at the University of Toronto. I chose the Center for Comparative Literature because coming from Quebec, it was nice to have funding. That's my honest answer. And there aren't that many comparative literature programs, even for graduate students anymore in Canada, to choose from. So, for example, my supervisor only gave me 3 suggestions, and they included the University of Alberta, University of Toronto, and the University of Western Ontario. Comparative literature is a field in which you can study various national literatures and compare them. Yes, this is true. And it's also a lot more than that. It is also a study of texts and narratives in all their various shapes and forms. So, for example, me as a scholar, I focus on French and English literature, but I also focus on, and it's really important to me, to have the freedom to explore and to study different narrative forms and art forms. So one of my chief interests is to look at how different narratives manifest themselves in a graphic novel versus a film versus a poem. So I like looking at fitting the same story into different boxes and what changes in the process. Most recently, to give you a very specific example, I have been looking at, I have been using Anthony Vidler's theories on art and architecture to analyze figurative constructions of space in novels. So this seems a little bit radical maybe to people who are actually full-blown art theorists or art history scholars, but that's exactly what we do in comparative literature. In fact, it's encouraged. We are encouraged as comparatists to seek out other new and interesting avenues or perspectives with which to explore literature and texts and narratives. What happens is there are a lot of students here that come from very different backgrounds, very different literature backgrounds, very different disciplinary backgrounds. And we are all put together as a group called comparatists. And although this might sound counterproductive because it might seem like we have no common thread or no way to really build upon a common foundation, it's not the case. What happens is we learn as much from each other as we do from the faculty here teaching us. So this is one very, very special element of our learning here at the center.